Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the G.I.JOE classified Python Patrol Tele-Viper and the Cobra Flight Pod, also known as the Treble Bubble. This is a Target exclusive. It runs about $44.99, and we're also going to have a discussion about something I kind of started seeing a trend with new releases. So don't forget to stay tuned in the video and find out what I've learned from experience. But before we get into all that, we will take a look at the packaging for anybody out there that likes to keep their G.I. Joes in the packaging, if you dare, anymore with the figure swapping going on. But anyhow, here we go. Let's take a look at the packaging. So here's a box. It's pretty much the same size box as a Pulse exclusive standard Triple Bubble. The artwork's pretty awesome. You have the Tele-Vipers attacking the Joes, I'm assuming, on some type of jungle setting, or maybe Cobra Island. It's more or less, I think that's a temple or something there, or a pyramid. Here's the information at the bottom about the product, which we already know what this is. Kind of warnings. This is the accessories that's showing on the front of the box. The artwork is pretty cool. I think it looks awesome. There's the back of the box. It's pretty good. Got the same information there, but you can see the figure. 3 different head sculpts you can choose from for your Tele-Viper, or if you like to army build these, so you have options there. There's a flight pod in Python Patrol colors. Some of the key points, point out. I think that's pretty cool how they do that on the packaging, at least. And then you see all that stuff at the bottom no one really cares about. This is number 98 in the series. So here is the top of the box. Here's the bottom of the box. Here's the UPC, if this helps you guys score this at Target. Here's the side of the box, that pretty nice looking artwork. Looks awesome. And on the side of the box, the QR code, some stats there. So here's the contents inside. You can see how the figure and flight pod is packaged with the artwork in the back. Pretty cool. And then we have the weapons boxes, which is quite large and thick. So like I said in the beginning of the video, we are going to be looking at the figure and the flight pod. But as I get this out behind the scenes here, I hope you guys enjoy the artwork. And I want to kind of explain an experience that I've had. Now, you can pick up these are Target exclusives. All the Python Patrol are Target exclusives. So history tells that you can get these at Target online. You can try to pre-order them, which can be a hassle, or you can try to pre-order these things from Hasbro Pulse. But most of the time, as if you are a G.I.JOE classified collector, you probably know how fast the pre-order sold out on Hasbro Pulse. So let me share some experience, something with you that I find interesting. So we had the flight pod, we had Copperhead, which is the leader of the Python Patrol, and then the officer with the black outfit on. The last one we needed. I guess we got 2 officers this time around. But anyway, so trying to go on there, you try to pre-order. I am getting just a pre-order for Copperhead and the black outfit officer. So, and then the flight pod and the Tele-Viper sold out, almost instantly. So I wasn't able to pre-order that. So I was watching it for like a while, and then never went in stock for pre-order. So I started working, okay, well, I'm never going to get the Tele-Viper. I don't really care too much about the flight pod. I just wanted the Tele-Viper to kind of OG. So I want like the original 6, because they're going to be pretty much like my Crimson. I'm sorry. That's what Hasbro does. My Python Patrol strike team. I just want a small strike team. I'm not army building my guys. But anyway, I'm rambling on. So these were supposed to be released on a street date of 11/26/2023, which is today. So, I work up just on my own. I decided to go on Target to see, what my luck would be. And then I see that it said in stock for shipping. So I clicked on it. There's nowhere I could ship it. But they said in stock to my local Target. And I'm like, they said 8 in stock. And I've tried to buy stuff on Target before, and they said, you buy it now ready within 2 hours. So you do it, and then it was, within those 2 hours, they tell you, oh, sorry, we're out of stock, we don't have it. I highly suspected this was going to happen again today with my Cobra Flight Pod and with my Tele-Viper. So I went on there. They had 8 at one Target of these, so I ordered them. And about 45 minutes later, I got confirmation that my order was ready for pickup, which surprised me. So I started looking at the Officer and the Cobra Copperhead. They weren't available at that Target, but I could go to another Target 45 minutes away and pick those two up if I want them. So I had those two pre-ordered for Hammer's Paul, so I ordered those, make sure I got my confirmation they were ready for me to pick up, and I canceled it. So what I'm basically, that's my experience, but what's happening here is, now I went to Target. This is the most important thing. I went to Target and they could pick up my Tele-Vipers, and then there was none on the shelf. But I looked back on the site, it said 6 available. So I curiously was asking someone, I said that they're not allowed to bring them out. You have to order them online, and then you pay for them, and you can pick them up within 2 hours. They would not go back into the back and grab me a Tele-Viper if I wanted it. I was curious, because see, this has happened to me before. If you order something, it wasn't necessarily G.I. Joe. They have them a street day, but they won't put them on the floor. They hold them for online orders only. And I'm starting to see a trend here with that, and I don't know why. So that's why I'm trying to just bring that up to you guys now. So if that happens to you, comment down below. Let me know if that's happened to you, if you see that in your experience. But it's like, if they're street dated and they have them in a store, you have the UPC, DCPI number, go get them. They won't go get them unless you buy them online and wait them to fill that order. But at least if that helps you score these guys or anything in the future, that's pretty much my overall intentions here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Tele-Viper. Alright, so here's our Tele-Viper. You can see he comes with his the African American head already pre-installed on the figure. He has a smirk on his face. We have the red visor, the yellow helmet, and the black comm set on top of his head. He has his gray vest. Really no color. There's a two-tone straps here, darker gray, but that's about it. And he has his under shirt, which is yellow, with the Python Patrol there done in black on his arm. Some nice pads. Now what they've done here, normally this would be the skin color of the figure, but since they have the multiple head sculpts, they went ahead and just added a black sleeves under his shirt to defeat the idea of having, the different nationalities of the Tele-Viper. Here we have a gauntlet that looks pretty cool. Nicely painted. Maybe like a tampo, like a computer screen. That's pretty awesome. A little bit gray on his black gloves. Then we have the gray straps. Then he has a watch here with a blue face on it. A bit gray there on the gloves. We have the red belt. Some like a little black cell phone, maybe a comm set. Some red throughout. Some gray pouches. Red around the back. And then he has his gray pants with a very light striped pattern for the Python Patrol, which we're used to seeing throughout this whole color scheme. And then we move down to the boots. He has the gray upper part of his boots with the pad across the top of his foot with the black base of his boot. There's the bottom. Pretty cool. This is probably standard articulation. We'll go through it just in case you guys haven't ever seen the standard Tele-Viper. So he can move his head back and forth like this pretty good. You can look down, he can look up, side to side. 360 rotation, all feels good. Then we have the rotation here at the arm. Here we have the butterfly joints that are kind of different in tolerances. This one seems to be tighter than this one. Then they can raise up. They kind of tucks into that joint. You can pretty much get a T-pose. I may have to heat this one up. We have the bicep swivel hill 360, a double jointed elbow. And my bottom joint is kind of, yeah, it's kind of stuck. So you get about that much of a range. In and out on the hand, kind of like this. The trigger finger, excuse me. In and out on this hand, so it's basically the same hand articulation or wrist articulation. Here's his vest on, so he has like that cut here, like that T, and it can bend back and forth. There's rotation there. I don't do that because it's a lot of friction. Hear that? I'm not going to break this because I don't want to chase down another one. I got lucky to get this one at Target for as a split for $44.99. I don't play scalping prices. Drop down hips. He can sit, obviously. You would have to get into that flight pod, which is pretty cool. Thigh swivel, awesome. My knees are pretty good, a little snug. Double joint knees, looks awesome. Feet pivot down, kind of stuck a little bit, up a little bit, and around the ankle. There's a boot cut right there. So, I was going to do a comparison, but we don't have so much time for this video, so I just wanted to talk to you more about that whole issue with my experience with Target not bringing stuff to the floor unless you order online. It's kind of irritating and weird to begin with, so I don't know what's going on with that. So there's that. So put him here on the side. So just out the box here, we have the flight pod. Here is, before we start putting it together, that was cool with the black dome and the line work here for the optics or something that they're using on this lens. Pretty nice. There's a red stripe around the base. That's pretty cool. They didn't have to do that. And then here on the back with the hinges, pretty nice. So here's the side, yellow handle there, the black, the silver really pops. There's some yellow there, 16 E4ME. You guys can make that out from the glare. It's the back of it. This is where you would attach your engines. And over here we have something different. We have the SB. Something about a fuse and some small print there that I can't see through the camera. A handle there. There's the bottom of it. That cylinder. Now this is what I thought was pretty cool. Right here to have the eye on the controls. I like that. I think that's awesome. Then we have the yellow shaft piece here with the black vents. Now that's pretty cool. Little dots here. Now that's very uncommon for Hasbro to really give you those accents like that. I appreciate that. So we take this down. We have a yellow seat belt. Again, there's no paint. See, that's kind of what I'm talking about. A little bit of paint on those connectors have been nice. And here's the interior. Got some kind of gauges there. Some blue there. Some yellow buttons, black buttons. Over here we have some speaker maybe. A green LEDs, and then we have some yellow there. Black seat. Overall, the aesthetic looks really good. I really don't really need a Python Patrol triple bubble, but since it comes with my Tele-Viper, I'll just, it's fine. I think we're going to get any of those larger Python Patrol vehicles anytime soon in the classified line anyway, so it is what it is. So I'll go ahead and put this aside, and we'll start taking a look at some of the other accessories that it comes with. So here's kind of how the box is packaged with all your accessories. You have like 3 slots there, but there's one empty. Hopefully I'm not missing something. So you can like that. Alright, so here's the bag. like we have our engines here wrapped in cardboard. That's pretty cool. The Python Patrol insignia P49L7A in red. Connection points. These are all either painted or tampoed on, whatever process they use. Here we have the Danger and hot exhaust. Pretty cool. The yellow intakes. Let's rotate. Then the exhaust here with the red flaps with the black connector piece. So they really added some nice decent color to this, surprisingly. So I'm going to chuck these pieces out of the way, and then we're going to get our flight pod. This is relatively easy to assemble. They don't even give you instructions. It's kind of self-explanatory. So you just kind of just peg these two into the back here, like so. Give it a good press. You definitely can feel how snug that is. It fits, and you can take them off. I don't see an issue with that, but this is how it looks. It's pretty cool. Now these do move side to side. You know, if you want to get some nice posability out of it. I think they kind of, again, I think kind of missed a buck on these with the having a flight pod stand for flight mode. I think that would have been fantastic if we could have got that included in this set. Alright, so our second bag here. It feels like there's a lot of stuff in here. Got a hose. I'm really hoping I'm not missing nothing, because I'm going to be irritated. I actually get to find something in a store without having to fight for it. And then get this piece. Like this. And if I only get it and then missing the piece, that's going to be irritating. Weapon. Backpack. We'll take a look at all this in a second. It's one of the alternate heads. That bomb that doesn't attach to nothing, which makes no sense. Another head. Two little pieces here. I think those are for the wings. Looks like, is that what's missing? Okay, so let's take a look at the alternate heads first. So we've already seen this one. So I'll try to take this one off so you guys can see if it's how hard it is without knocking the camera over. Okay, we got one alternate head. Let's see, that's what it looks like. The pig. Yeah. It didn't pop, but it went on. That's weird. So here's our Caucasian head option that you have. It looks like the smirk is pretty much the same. It's just it's repainted head sculpt. Obviously, the articulation is the same. It's on there. Okay, I just knocked everything over doing that. The alternate, or the third alternate head is this visor piece. It's pretty cool. And we'll take a look at that. Is it on? Yep, it went on. It doesn't pop on for some reason, but it pops off. There's that look. I have some extra stuff on the back that the other figure head doesn't. If I can get him to stand up. So here is the two. These two basically are the same. Except for the skin tone. But that has an alternate piece in the back. So that's pretty cool. This is the only thing that makes me want to have a couple of Tele-Vipers, but I'm just to the point where I just want a small Python Patrol strike team of the OG members, and I'm not going to mess around trying to track down anyone. I really don't want a bunch of Python Patrol trouble bubbles. So I'd take one, that's fine. But if I wanted to build trouble bubbles, I would definitely buy the Hasbro Pulse original versions over to Python Patrol, because I just want enough to carry my 6 dudes. I've already kicked Viper and the Cobra, Python bat to the curb, you know, on this, they're not part of my team. I still have them. It's just, I don't consider them part of my Python Patrol because I like the original 6. That's just me. So, doesn't mean it, you know, you can't. So there he is. Here's his gun. All black. That's cool. And then we have his backpack. Looks awesome. Now what I like to do is kind of just put him on before I put that hose on, because that causes me all kind of problems with different figures. So especially I want to put the gun in his hand or whatever this thing is. There's actually a hole in there. You can put blast effects in there. If you guys don't know that or not. Yeah, right there. So there's that. Now what you're going to do, take that red hose and you're going to connect it here. It's like it's kind of ribbed. You hear that? These connectors are basically the same on both sides. And you're going to pop it here on the bottom like that. It comes off really nice too. So it's not that black tubing that we used to get from the 80s. So this is really cool. I like that. I like that detailing in there. It looks really cool. So it looks relatively nice. For me, this is probably the head I'm going to go with, and maybe once in a while I'll swap out the optics if I do use him in the Trouble Bubble only. But I pretty much probably just pick a head and think I'm going to go with this one because it just basically is the original. I just want it to look like the original. That's all. So you get these 2 pigs for the Trouble Bubble, and these things go, I don't want to take him out of the way here. These go right here, and they're kind of I think they're kind of bent in a certain direction, so you really can't put them on the wrong way, or maybe one's the right and one's the left. Oh, I wanted to do behind the camera. Alright, so here they are. This is what I thought, like, I don't know why I thought there was wings. But here's the tabs. They pretty much go in one way. So they may be set as a right and left. So if one side doesn't fit, just try the other one. That's how that looks so far. Let's see what we have in here. So we have a yellow missile. Obviously it goes on the pigs. We just looked at it, so apparently this is probably going to be the same thing. So you do get a pair of these, which is very cool. And these have the tabs. They're still using these from the 80s. This type of design, which is goes to show you they don't make stuff like they used to. So they keep using the same kind of engineering over and over. I guess if it's broke, don't fix it. I'd rather take this over spring-loaded. I'm not a big fan of spring-loaded rockets. No, you know, more towards the 90s, I got into that spring-loaded stuff. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have, you know, take it off and fly it yourself. Kind of look. That's how they kind of look on the side. That's pretty cool. Just gonna set that down. Get rid of that. We have this, which I believe is a front turned. That did not come off like it should have. There we go. That's pretty cool. Now here, a little bit of paint would have been nice. I got all this great sculpting in this. All the hoses and stuff. I'm so tempted just to customize one of these myself. Give it the amazing detail and bring all that out. Mine's a little warped. Surprise, surprise, right? Even though it was in that protective cardboard, I guess. And then you grab your flight pod, and then you're just gonna pop it right on the here. If I don't knock everything over. Okay. Oh no. Oh, this stuff is very tight. All right, we'll have to try that behind the camera. All right, so coming in hot, we do have the Tele-Viper Python Patrol Trouble Bubble Cannon. You can see that there is some articulation there, which we'll take a look at this here in a second. I'm basically just putting it together, so we'll take a look at it at a better angle. The last thing we have to look at here is the type of bomb. This is black this time around, has a little caution in red. It's pretty cool. This piece comes off for if you want to pretend like he's working on it, whatnot. This is some kind of mine or something that's dropped from nowhere that can attach to the treble bubble, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so here's our flight pod all assembled. We can get it all on the camera here. Looks pretty cool. This is unmanned, obviously. And there you go. You can see now there's articulation here. All this. And then this can go all the way around 360. Just got to get it past, you know, the landing gear that we're going to call it there. Of course, obviously the missiles are removable. Manual fire. The canopy can open pretty far like so. Pretty cool. And then there's two tabs that this goes into. Seems like on every one of my treble bubbles, it's always a pain to get those tabs to go in, so I'm not going to bother. Like there's a little black there. That's pretty cool. Then obviously we talked about the articulation here. That was pretty nice. Not too bad. Just also, this is it smooths also. I was trying to get this Tele-Viper in to show you guys. This is a pain right here to get that in there. That soft rubber is irritating, so just know that that's going to cause you a headache. Then you also can see the hands do fit relatively nicely. I like how the trigger finger goes over, kind of like the brake. Looks pretty good. Okay, here he is. Looks pretty cool. He's inside. Fits relatively nicely, as you can see. Awesome. The only irritating thing is this soft rubber harness is a pain. Got the point where I just want to mess with it for the review. I just put it on. He does fit very nice in like a glove, so no issues there. So that's pretty cool. So here we have the comparison with the Tiger Ram motorcycle. So they compare. It's really the only thing that really matters for comparison is the size of these guys, because that's who they go up against most of the time, at least. And then if you're interested, there's the Serpento's Air Chariot, just for size comparison. Alright guys, so there it is. I do recommend it. It's very cool. Even though it's a repaint, but you know, it's Python Patrol. $44.99 at Target. I gave you guys a tip on how they're keeping them in the bag. That I've seen it over several different things I try to get. That was a Target exclusive, so hopefully it helps you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up for me. That'd be great. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting. Happy holidays. And we'll see you in our next review.